Hi, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a collective reading for the week of, I can't believe it, it's the last few days of 2024, December 30th through January 5th. So, we are in a brand new moon today. It's called a black moon. It's rare because it's the second new moon of December, and it's in the sign of the ever so ambitious and disciplined Capricorn. What does this mean? This means that we're going through a cosmic reset today, especially if you're finding this on the day of. It's a time to plant new seeds, and seeds that you think will be for the long haul, and to be patient with the process. We're going to be diving deeply into our commitments, into our goals and our legacy in our point of view this week. And I think that it's a pretty ambitious week as well, because we're going to be also activating the nodes of destiny with the Aries and Libra axis, which means, you know, it seems this whole year, a lot of us have been looking at how we approach relationships. So because the nodes are going to be squaring this new moon, we could be taking a look at what kind of conflicts we have regarding our decisions about our relationships and the future direction of them. So I think that what this implies is there might be a little bit of friction around having our dreams become reality. And the process that we need to go through is really of endurance, strength, and patience. So also, I've been feeling this specifically because it's prominent in my chart. Pallas Athena, it's an asteroid, and that's also going to be ready to rumble. So it's going to help energize this new moon as well. So I don't know why I have been going. You might have noticed that as the year has progressed, Jenna, you're talking more about astrology. I find it fascinating, and I think a lot of crossover happens between tarot and astrology. So for all of you who enjoy astrology as well, I'm going to work hard as the channel grows to incorporate more of that, because it's such a deep fascination there for me. So between the nodes and the square, Pallas Athena, what does this all mean? It means that we are being asked to reach new heights in what we think is possible for our lives and for our relationships. So we still have 3 planets in retrograde: Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus, which it's going to make you feel a little restless this week as we move forward, because it's going to be a little bit slower than you would like. So that being said, this week, like I said, it marks the beginning of the new year. So happy new year to everyone. 2025, it's a pretty big year. It's a number 9 year. And 9 has the power of 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So it has the thrice the power of creation, because 9 is really a culmination point. It's a culmination of our evolution. A lot of people are looking back at how much they have put their hard work into themselves, and they're going to see a lot of that process reflected back without, going too deep into the energies. I think that we owe it to ourselves to be proud of how far we've come as a collective and as individuals. And I think what's fascinating, and I got this really huge download yesterday when I was thinking about 2025, because number 9 in the tarot is the number of the Hermit. And the Hermit, for me lately, has been around going deeper into our own spiritual expression in ways that maybe you couldn't have even fathomed. I was inspired by watching Wicked over the weekend and thinking about, wow, think about the miracles that Jesus performed, if you believe in that. Or just people that seem to have magical abilities. What if we all started to display that? What if we all started to realize how powerful we are? And the goal in that, which I got from the message of Wicked, was knowing your worth versus proving your worth, between the good witch and what was called the wicked witch. And it's funny that we've gotten programmed around being wicked as being in our power, and understanding that we are magical creators. So it's just so interesting how it's reflected back in our social ideologies. So there's a lot of breakthroughs this year around what we think is possible spiritually as we embrace ourselves, our true inner wisdom, our true light. It's our spiritual awakening and listening to our inner voice always. So we're going to see more and more of that as the year progresses. So I want to go a little bit more into the astrology and the numerology and the major arcana of the Hermit to start because it's just so powerful what we are working with. I'm going to be reading from the Prophetess in the Book of Awakening towards the end. But let's get in. I just wanted to go deeper into the energies because this is it's almost like a pivot point this week. And we're going to feel this restlessness, right? Like, oh, but it's allowing us to sit still and really do a little bit of excavating around our deeper desires and what we want to actualize in the new year, externally and internally. All right, let's now pull some frequencies. All right. Thank you for tuning in and a wonderful, beautiful, happy new year to everyone. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for the collective today. All right. And I'm sorry I'm getting to this a little late. I had some family obligations this morning. All right. Consciousness. First chakra, firmly rooted and grounded in our consciousness. Ooh. So get to your spiritual practices this week. Make them a priority. We also have joy and magic. Spirit's backing me up on what I just said. They're like, And you can be in this vibration. It doesn't mean you're going to stay in it all the time, but I liken it to something you can reach for. It's like when you go out in the night, you can look at right in front of you, right? Your 3D reality. You could ground in your body, but you can look up, right? And you can totally take yourself to a whole nother realm when you look up. Because the stars, they remind us of our greatness, of our light, of our magic, and of the connection that we have with the cosmos. So that's the best analogy I can come up with reaching for a higher state. It literally is looking to a higher place within you. So we have the card of consciousness coming out first. Feels like there's a ripple effect this week. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. And thank you, Spirit. They just had me download that whole analogy. So maybe you might even be guided to go out more and look at the night sky. I have to do that just because I have a dog and I let her out right before bed. And I always go out, I walk to the end of my street and I look up. And that's the best view that I can get from a walkable distance from my home. And I actually thank my star brothers and sisters for watching over me. So you may want to initiate practices that make you feel more connected to the greater whole. We have the card of the first chakra. The energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. Yes, because that's why we're here, right? We came here to enjoy being in our bodies. And isn't it wonderful? We get to operate these, there's so many, I don't even want to say it. I don't like some of the sayings around, like meat suit and I just feel like we are housing our consciousness in the magic of creation. And it's a beautiful thing when you feel rooted in your body and you find pleasure in that. In whatever way you want to express joy, right? In your world. The energy of joy activates our feelings of happiness and well-being and supports a high vibrational frequency in our being. This is so wild. Thank you, Spirit. They're really backing up the energy that I talked about in the astrology and numerology. Find the joy, right? In being in your 3D existence. I'm just making room for all of these frequencies. And then magic, number 31. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. So all you dreamers of the world, keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. It's a wonderful thing. All right, so those are the frequencies. We have magic, joy, root chakra and consciousness. Okay, I love it. Let's now go to the tarot for the week. You know what? I might not be able to do all four. That might be a little hard, Spirit. These are bigger than the other cards that I use typically. All right. You know what? We're going to pull this back. Thank you for bearing with me here as I figure out how to sort these. Let's just do that so you can at least have them present here. Okay. Whew. All right, y'all. Let's see. And I am going to be getting, I'll get to the announcements toward the end. Let's talk more about the tarot. Talk more about the tarot. What's going on, Spirit, for the week in the tarot? Final week of the year. Not even final days of the year. The Hangman. Some people are like, I don't like this slowness. I don't like the stagnancy. But it's allowing you to see your life from a different perspective. Judgment. I'm pulling these major arcana out of the deck. Hermit and the Page of Cups. You know what? What starts small could end up being something really powerful and big. We have 3 major arcana with the minor arcana. We have the Hanged One. Card number 12 breaks down into 3. Like I said, 9 is 3 times 3, thrice the power of creation. So use it wisely, right? A lot of us are going through a spiritual rebirth this week, and we are shining a light on the future, what we want to create, what we want to bring to others. This is around a lot of people are making big decisions. What's going to take you to the next level? And what is it that you want to find your playfulness and joy in? Page of Cups is the card of joy. Look at that. She's surrounded by all the little fishies. And she's got her cup. This is a joyful expression through the embodiment of spirit and embracing our wisdom, right? Listen to your inner voice this week, especially around decisions that maybe you've been delaying. Let's clarify some of these. Whatever energies seem to be on hold right now, especially for anyone who is looking at something that's just the beginning. I just heard it could be the beginning of something quite powerful and great. And it's almost like you want to know what's going to happen. And Spirit said just follow the energy stream and allow yourself to open up in your full essence toward it. Because this is a deeply, I mean, the Hangman, the Judgment, and the Hermit together is a major culmination point of growth and rebirth after having been uncomfortable, after having to maybe be forced to surrender. We're being called to surrender so we can go through a powerful rebirth in our own spiritual awakening. I think that a lot of us are seeking answers to some of the bigger questions in life right now. And it's kind of the theme of 2025 because it's the Hermit. We're looking at the collective as a whole, our role in it, right? All right, let's see. I want to go with the Hermit because we're looking at, you know, a 9-year. Why is the Hermit here for the weak, Spirit? Why is the Hermit here? The Hermit, clarified by the Hermit. Oh, and the Emperor. Wow, and the Queen of Swords. I love this. Balance, y'all. Balanced energy. We are definitely probing in on a deeper level where it's now a matter of taking that energy in the divine masculine and marrying it with healthy, proper boundaries and wise decision making. This is the male and female aspects around our thoughts, around our ideas. The Queen of Swords, she's one of my favorites. She has to make decisions that are in accordance with her ethics and her integrity. So I feel like a lot of us, this is about living in spiritual integrity, about our own spiritual wisdom, our own spiritual truths. Like I said, it's that whole Wicked theme in the movie of knowing your worth versus proving your worth. And the people that see the real you, the true you, which is your full power, your embodied self, boundaried in a healthy way, with your married to your spiritual wisdom. It's like, I think a lot of us are attracting joy in being our most authentic selves and realizing I want to co-create something new that's going to bring me even more joy. What's this Page of Cups? Yeah, this is, yeah, I see. Five of Cups. It's because, and this has been kind of prevalent. It's the healing journey. It's our commitment to our spiritual values and truths. A lot of us are going deep this week, and we're looking at, what do I believe? What do I believe? What do I desire? What do I value? And how do I want to express that from an emotional standpoint? And what is it that I need to let go of on my healing journey so I can stay true to myself? You know, in that movie Wicked, they had to part, you know, Glinda and Elfie, because Elfie was like, I'm going to stand in my integrity and I'm going to soar. And she was being attacked for it. So you may feel, interesting how my voice just went. You may feel like there's been some unfairness, but ultimately the light will always win. So when it comes to anything that you are looking at that has made you sad in 2024, you're alchemizing it and you're making peace with it. This is also the card of forgiveness. Whenever we think of people bringing us a cup, it's apologies. So you may have, there may be a mending going on this week around holding your integrity in high regard, and your work, in your healing, in your rest, in your slowness, so you can release whatever has caused you pain. I think that what's interesting is they just told me a lot of people are doing this work on a very subconscious level. Some of this may not even be conscious, where you're forgiving family members, friends on a very subtle astral body level, where you almost get, you know, the more aware you become, the more you realize the web of connectivity with everything you've ever experienced and the lesson therein. And once we realize that, we have a new perspective and we can forgive people from a higher point of view. So I'm just getting this take the high road. If you can't forgive, ask your higher self to step in for you to resolve the situation. This is the card of your higher self and surrendering to that. So you can make peace with whatever has caused you to feel down and upset this year. It feels like a big culmination in our evolution as a collective this week, where we're discarding like the old robes of feeling separate, feeling like an outlier, outcast, outsider, and light workers coming together under the spirit of, I value this. Do you value this? You know, I believe this. Do you believe this? Well, let's co-create. I love that. Let's now get into, what are we going to go to next? I still have another oracle deck I'm going to be working with. They're saying pull that now. Let's do that now. This is the Sacred Forest Oracle. I've been working with this for the January readings. One of my favorite decks. Let's see whatever comes in. Spirit, what are the best messages? Oh, you know what? They told me. I just forgot. Let's get some advice. Sorry if I feel a little scattered today. There's just a lot going on. You know? It's the end of the year. And there's always something to do. All right. Yes, we are. I love it. I love it. Now they're showing me why. It's because we're wrapping up a cycle as a collective. It's the cycle of 2024. And what are we stepping into? Our magic. Our magic, which came out. Magic. The joy. Page of Cups. Rooted, grounded in our physical reality with our heads up to the heavens. The world and the magician. Wow, what a wild ride 2024 was. Y'all, it's going to be an intense year, 2025. It is. But see, we have each other. We have each other. And what did I pull? Six of Pentacles. We do have each other. Lean into the relationships that make you feel more like yourself, that actually bring out parts of you that you love about yourself. And anyone who makes you feel vibrationally scattered, confused, disoriented, gaslit, Draw the boundaries. Draw the boundaries. We don't have time to waste on that anymore. Okay? I love it. That was great advice. The Magician, the World, and the Six of Pentacles. Give to others who give to you equally. And we're talking about every relationship in your life. And if there's a discrepancy, pull your energy back. Speak with integrity. Tell your truth to spirit. Tell your truth to others. I love it. This is gorgeous energy, you all. We've learned what emotional reciprocity should feel like and be like. And when you manifest from that expectation of, I'm going to give and I will allow other people to bring their energy to me. There's a generous experience, almost like this provocation of, watch me create, spirit. Watch my true self take the reins. I believe in mutual understanding. I believe in mutual love. I believe in the infinite power. Figure 8. The infinite power. Figure 8. That I hold when it comes to my place in the world. Big week. All right, it's got goosebumps. All right, Sacred Forest Oracle. I don't think her reading's complete at Illuminated Tarot without goosebumps. I think I have them all the time now. I don't know what's happening. All right, let's see. Sacred Forest Oracle Spirit. And yeah, leadership. And you know what? We did have the Emperor come out, the Hierophant, all of these like major arcana energies of the hero's journey, right? Learning. And 9 is a culmination year. We have evolved. And 9 is the collection of all the previous 8 arcana that you have mastered to get to this place. Let's take a look at leadership. We have the stag. And you know, when we are visited or we have dreams of the stag, it's about our power. We are being reminded of how powerful we are. And that's how Elfie flew. And how she was born with this knowing, right? I knew it, right? A lot of us were born with this knowing of what we would accomplish in this lifetime. Whew, goodness, I'm getting all kinds of downloads, you all. All right, number 39. 12 into 3. In many traditions, the elusive and mysterious white stag is considered king of the forest. With his noble antlers and his proud stance, he carries a commanding energy. This card is calling you to claim leadership of your life. Now is the time to step out of the shadows and become a beacon for others. Don't allow anyone or anything to dim your light. You may be asked to take on a position of authority, even if you've been in the background in the past. This is your time to step up and shine. Remember that a leader isn't necessarily defined by age, status, or income. A true leader is someone who is commanding, passionate, and motivating. They have a vision and are able to make decisions with clarity and strength. Exactly. Thank you, Spirit. The greatest leaders are those who know how to serve and act as stepping stones for others to reach their dreams. You empower others simply by being who you are, and who you are is enough. Are you willing to step into the light and be a leader for others? In European folklore, a white stag signifies extraordinary adventures. In others, the stag is fairy beast that represents a quest for spiritual wisdom. A lot of people who are tuned into this channel, you have been on a quest your entire life for spiritual wisdom. Honor that. Honor it. Celebrate it. Rejoice in it. These themes may appear in your life in the near future. The spirit of the stag says you inspire others to greater heights. Step into leadership in your life. You are a beacon for others. Shine in your own life. Be gentle with yourself and others. However, do not play small. Take action. This is your time. Step up. Step up. And spirit will meet you there. This is also spirit saying, I got you. Don't be afraid. You know how much faith it took Elfie to get on that witch's broom? All right. Can you tell I was really inspired by the movie? I want to read this passage. I read this from last week's weekly collective message, The Prophetess. We're going to talk about transformation and what the prophetess has to say about it. I'm reading from page 106 for those of you who have the book. Transformation is a journey from fragment to wholeness. We must love freedom enough to embrace confinement. We must adore the ecstatic enough to integrate the mundane. We must be so inebriated with joy that we welcome all sorrow. We must be so desirous of wholeness that all our fragments reunite. We must yearn for home with such a yearning that our exiled pieces may return. We must love transcendence enough to allow the truth that transcendence is inclusive of all prior limitations. Your open heart remembers its brokenness. The blossom does not shun the bud. What if we told the flower, don't bloom? And told the birds, don't sing? And told the petals, don't you dare show your tenderness? And told the bee kissing the sweetest part of the rose's heart, it's uncomfortable to see love given so freely. And told the stars, don't shine. It'll make someone scared. And told the quivering bunny trembling beneath shivering winds, toughen up. And told the clouds watering the earth with their open heart, don't cry. And told the morning sun shining over slowly waking hills and enlivening everything, stop showing off. And told the music within the wind to keep its voice down. These are the stories that have been told to our souls. The revolution is the liberation from and complete remaking of these narratives. We are the myth makers. Our lives are pens, drawing with our movements, our steps, our actions, the stories we're hoping to record into the world. What are the styles of relating we hope to inscribe? What is the tone of our presence here as we walk this soft earth? Women, what stories do we want to tell about ourselves, about our sisterhood, our strength? Men, what stories would you like to tell about gentleness and power coexisting? Humanity, what stories would we like to tell about the great courage it takes to love, about the grand journey of finally opening our hearts to return to each other? It's time to put our hearts together and consider how beautiful dare we make this world. I'm continuously astounded by how spirit weaves its magic through this specific reading series. Let's read the passage for December 30th from Mark Nepo, Book of Awakening. We become the earth. In seeking what is essential, we become essential. I've always been amazed how the deepest things are intangible. Love, doubt, faith, confusion, peace, wisdom, passion. Where are they? They can't be held in the hand like fruit or turned in the lap like pages of a sacred text, yet they shape our lives. This has always been the driving mystery of all sacred wisdom. The only things worth saying are those things that are unsayable. It is quite humbling to realize that we spend a lifetime gaining grain after grain of this wisdom, working to understand it and struggling to express it and share it, only to become more and more a part of it, unspeakable ourselves. Over time, we age into a stillness that breathes like stone, exposed beyond resistance. Perhaps this is the most poignant of paradoxes, nature's safeguard against letting too much of the mystery out. We take years of living to squeeze a few precious words from all that will not speak. And steadily being shaped by our suffering and polished by our joy, we become the earth, knowing more and saying less. Ironically, after a lifetime, we may finally have important things to say, just as we lose our ability to say them. Yet this doesn't diminish all we try to say. For the fact that sound always ends in silence doesn't make music any less precious to our souls. It seems the more we live through, the less we can surface. I recall visiting Grandma Minnie when she was 94. I had found the steamship ticket with which she had come to this country in 1912 as a girl. There was a strange and beautiful name on it, Mayeska. Mayeska. This was her birth name, never spoken in this country. I put the yellow ticket in her hand. Her eyes widened, and I could feel the big old fish of her heart swim up near the surface, stirring what waters that had been still for 80 years. Lifetimes passed between us in silence. She trembled and coughed up a chuckle, saying only, I forgot I ever came. There's nothing sad about this, Rather, it feels inevitable and holy that we should become what we seek. We start out wanting to know love, and living long enough, we become love. We start out wanting to know God, and suffering long enough, we become God. Over time, the heart expands from within, and all our skins thin until we become something elemental, rounding to the next grain of wisdom to be found. Sit quietly with a trusted friend this week. Breathe deeply and meditate, each of you, on your own history of love, letting the wordless feelings stream through you. After a time, try to honor this wordless stream by letting a single word or phrase rise within you. Write down this word or phrase and hold it in silence near your heart. Without looking, trade pieces of paper and meditate in silence with your friend's written phrase near your heart. After a time, simply read each other's word or phrase aloud. It's a beautiful exercise. If you can't do it this week, do it in the next couple weeks, sometime in January. That's beautiful. Wow. That one's titled, We Become the Earth. In seeking what is essential, we become essential. Wow. That concludes our reading for today. Announcements. I'm trying to think of any announcements. As far as the readings, I'm doing my best. There's, I'm a little bit backlogged. We've got the weeklies that I'm going to try to stamp out in the next couple days before the 1st. The monthlies are going to be a little bit late past the 1st of January. And the annuals, they're going to be streaming in probably the first 2 weeks of January, you all. I'm going to do my best to get this all out. What else? I have readings. It's all squared away now. Everything that you need to purchase a reading is through my website now. I don't have to invoice you. It's all via PayPal. Very simple process. Streamlined it for 2025. Let's see. I think that's about it. Yeah. At some point in the next couple months, I will be launching other content. I'm still researching different platforms. But what I want to do is offer readings off YouTube and also more of spiritual guide mentorship. I'm going to be fleshing all that out over the next couple months. If any of you have ideas or desires around that, feel free to drop me a comment in this video, or you're welcome to email me, info@jennafontaine.com. All right, you all, I'm sending so much love. I hope you have a wonderful New Year celebration and or New Year's Eve celebration. And thank you for what a magical year. And I cannot wait to co-create with you in 2025. Namaste. Lots of love. See you soon.